How to deal with imposter syndrome. This is for Black women in toxic jobs. I'm speaking about something that many of us have heard, the imposter syndrome, the imposter phenomena. Alicia Renese did such an outstanding video talking about this. And the video was, It's not imposter syndrome, it's oppression. Check out that video. I will put that in the description section of this video. So I was so inspired and so many gems, so many mic drops that Alicia said during that video that I was inspired. I think this is my second or third video in relation to how much information she had in that video in terms of me offering reflections from the perspective of, again, I'm Dr. Kamani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and a toxic job survivor, and I really focus on helping Black women leave and heal from toxic jobs. So my reflections about imposter syndrome, I've done previous videos about that. In relation to commenting about this video that Alicia Renese did about it's not imposter syndrome, it is oppression. I wanted to break it down more so in terms of now, and the part she's talking about in the video was how to actually deal with it, what to do about it. Okay. So she offers some reflection questions that I'm also going to review with you from the perspective of, again, a licensed clinical psychologist and a toxic job survivor. So part of my mission on my YouTube channel is not to only help Black women heal from toxic jobs, so you know that you're not the only one, that you know that healing's possible, and most importantly, that you know that you can get out, that you have options. You don't have to stay at that job. So the different options that I talked to you about, again, I might say, just watching my videos might be the first step, because leaving a job, leaving any job is not easy. And so sometimes you might need to kind of get the courage up. So maybe my YouTube channel might be one thing. And then if you need more support, then I do have master classes. So the next round of master classes is about to come up. So this master class, again, so we did one previously. The next opening for the master class would be the Get Your Money Right so you can leave that toxic job. It's a financial master class for Black women. And I am doing this in collaboration with Dr. Roche Brown. Dr. Roche Brown is also a licensed clinical psychologist, and she is the financial psychologist. Okay. You may not have heard of a financial psychologist, but she is one, and she's really good. So I worked with her to help me get my money together so I could resign from that horrible toxic job. So I'm partnering with her to offer a masterclass. So we did the first cohort happened, right? So that one is over. So we're about to do another one in January. So January 3rd and 4th. If you want to get in that masterclass, then you need to click in the description section. There's a link for you to register. We want you to get in before it sells out. The other one got sold out. So I want you to be a part of this one. Again, January 3rd and 4th. So again, I wanted to talk to you about these mic drop moments, these reflections to Alicia Renese's video. It is not the imposter syndrome. It is oppression. Okay. So I'm gonna give you some reflection. I'm gonna get some water because it's a lot. Okay. Now, because it's so much that she was sharing, I had so many reflections. I'm going to do separate reaction videos because I want to make it kind of short and sweet, and I have a busy day, right? So I can't stay on that long and go through all the reflection points. However, I'm going to go over some, and then I'm going to do a separate video. Okay, so you can see that. So let me get ready. Okay, let me get myself ready to go over these reaction points, these questions she's offering, and these mic drop moments. I literally was like, oh girl, what? Right? I'm in the car listening to this and saying this to Alicia Renese. Okay. So Alicia, if you're listening to this, thank you again for all your work. Okay. So I'm about to share these reflections. Okay. So hold on. Okay, everybody. Okay, Black women. So in terms of the self-reflection questions, and again, I'm going to frame it from the perspective of particularly jobs. Okay. So think about your experiences in your job currently. I invite you to think about these self-reflection questions. And again, this might be part of the process to help you get your mind ready. So I talked to you before about practical stuff, right? the Get Your Money Right masterclass, the masterclass I did with Marie Archer, the anti-HR lady about, getting your coins together, talking to HR, getting your severance, right? Those are the how-tos, okay? So I'm going to give you some more how-tos, okay? So the self-reflection questions, I got notes, okay? I normally don't have notes. So when Alicia Renese was dropping this knowledge, and I'm listening to this in the car, I had to listen to it in segments. So I would, as I would go different places, I would listen to a portion. I would have to grab something in my car to write notes. It was that good. It was that good. Again, I wasn't writing when I was driving. Okay. When I was at stop signs or stop lights or whatever, or pulled over. So the first one, you ready? Okay. Check in with yourself. Is it imposter syndrome or lies being fed to you by oppressive, self-limiting beliefs tied to oppression? So, we live in a society where the message is often, as Black people, as Black women, that we're less than. And so are you internalizing some of those distorted, incorrect messages about who we are in terms of social programming? Okay. Number 2, does this environment, again, you're going to ask yourself these questions. These are self-reflection questions. So you might want to use this as an exercise in terms of, as I say the question, maybe pause, journal about it. Okay. Or you might want to watch this video in its entirety and then go back and pause different sections for the different self-reflection questions. So the second self-reflection question, courtesy of Alicia Renese. Does this environment and or job encourage expansion or limitation? Question. This is the question I'm asking you. Okay, ladies. Does this job support your professional and or financial growth? Does it? Just respond to that for yourself. Or does it send the message through how you're treated at your job, through how they're treating you, how they're paying you in terms of compensation, that you are lacking and not good enough? Okay, take a moment, reflect on that. Okay, you might even want to do like a reflection in real time and just sit and marinate. I tell that to my clients sometimes. If I say something to them and I can tell that it's deep, right? I'm like, I just want you to marinate on that. You don't need to answer right now. Just marinate on that, sis. Just marinate on these questions, okay? So I also want you to think about, check the source. So I've done videos before about when people try to project their own insecurities and incompetence on you. I invite you to really investigate and be curious about who is saying this about you, right? Check the source, check the credibility of that data. Many times, whoever is sending you that message, they are deeply insecure and they're trying to project their own insecurities onto you to help them feel better. That is a sign of insecurity and a sign of projected incompetence, okay? I also talked in one of my other videos to Alicia Renese's video. Again, that video Alicia Renese did, it's not imposter syndrome, it is oppression, okay? So one of the reflections I had that I mentioned in a previous video was, I'm asking you, sis, to look at that job environment, and I invite you to think about it and ask, who are the real imposters here? More than likely, it's not you, sis. It's not you. It is these deeply insecure people I just talked to you about, okay? Deeply insecure people try to do whatever they can. It's almost like a smoke screen. So a smoke screen is that you try to put other people down. You try to talk about other things in the hopes that you're distracting people from focusing on your own insecurities. So they're doing that, and it's just their lame attempt to try to put you down or put other people down so they rise higher. That is the telltale sign of insecurity. When people try to put other people down, they try to dim their light in a lame attempt to help themselves feel better. So remember that, okay? So number 3, so the third self-reflection question, okay? This has come from Alicia Renese, okay? Check out that video. Number 3, who says that you have to play the game or keep playing the game? Okay. What else is possible? Think about what else is possible for you. So, as I talk about on YouTube and I talk about not only my healing journey as a toxic job survivor, but also about my work with other Black women as a licensed clinical psychologist and a coach. So, I work with Black women about options, exploring our options, identifying your options, because that is part what happens in terms of toxic jobs. We think about many times that there's like that plantation mentality in the sense that you have to stay here. If you don't stay here, you're going to be punished in some ways, or something really bad is going to happen to you, and or this is the best you're going to get. So we're going to reject that. That's not true. We do have options. When I talk to you, YouTube is to share with you about options. I also want to share additional options with you when I talk to you about therapy, seeking therapy, when I'm talking to you about seeking a Black business coach or coach. So, again, Amory Archer's Black Women's Coaches Directory. I'll put that in the description section as well. And then I also talk to you about these master classes that I have. So, the master classes, again, the one coming up again is Get Your Money Right so that you can leave that toxic job. It's a financial masterclass for Black women. It's me in collaboration with Dr. Roche Brown. Okay. She's a financial psychologist. We are both two clinical psychologists licensed. Okay. I don't know if any other masterclass like that. Okay. But I digress. Okay. So think about what is possible. Think about your options. The mic drop of what Alicia Renee said, she said, and this is I want you to think about the sort of perspective of that toxic job, those workplace bullies, those deeply insecure people at that job. I want you to think about this. Okay, think about this. I loved what she said. If you didn't think I was brilliant, then why would you feel the need to chain me? I'm gonna repeat that to the people in the back, like Colette Elizabeth says. I'm gonna repeat that to the people in the back. Okay, if you didn't think I was brilliant, then why would you feel the need to chain me? Let that marinate. Let that marinate, okay? Another mic drop, she said. If you see me as a threat, you would not have to think or focus on what is wrong with you. So remember I talked about the smoke screen? So the real imposters at your job, those deeply insecure people, they're doing that for so many different ways, right? That's self-protection because they don't want to be found out as the real imposters because they are. So if they can focus on you, they don't have to focus on the lack within them. Okay. So let that marinate. Okay. So I just want you to think about ways that they might engage in behaviors to distract themselves from their own incompetence and insecurities. Okay. Another mic drop, she said. Okay. Alicia Renese. Okay. Check her out. Your attempts to oppress me is confirmation that you see my brilliance. OMG. That is so true. That is so true. Sis, reflect on that, marinate on that. Okay. Now, the next tip she said, so number 4. So I'm going to give like a summary. I'm not going to finish all of them today because she said a whole bunch. Okay. So I'm going to, and I have all my notes. I have so many notes. I was writing as Alicia Renese was dropping, like she was dropping knowledge. Okay. So the 4th thing in terms of how to deal with imposter syndrome or imposter phenomena. And again, this is for Black women in toxic jobs. I'm speaking from the perspective specifically of Black women in toxic jobs. 4, okay, in terms of how to deal with imposter syndrome, self-reflection questions, okay, courtesy of Alicia Renese. Do you even want to be what they told you need to be so that you are deemed worthy? Let's think about that. Deemed worthy by whom? So if these are the real imposters, you're looking to them to deem you as worthy and they're not worthy? Let that marinate, sis. Let that marinate, okay? She also asked, Alicia Renese asked, do you want to be who they want you to be? Do you even want to be that person? Do you like that version of you? Brief story time. When I was at that toxic job before I resigned, I felt like I was becoming someone that I'm not. I was becoming a version that I didn't like, trying to contort myself. So, as she said earlier in that video, I was trying to contort myself to be in a system, and the system was rigged. The system was rigged against us. I was trying to contort myself. I was trying to contort myself to fit in a room and a door that's crooked. My hope is that you don't want that for yourself. You deserve better than that, okay? The last one that I'm going to end off with today. Again, thank you, Alicia Renese. Okay. 5. Do you even resonate with that truth of what they're saying about you? Does that feel good in your soul in terms of how they're treating you, what they're saying about you? Does that resonate with you? It probably doesn't. That's probably why you watch this video right now. It doesn't resonate with you. You know that you are being oppressed in your job and you want something different for yourself, okay? So the mic drop she said with that was, I am not an imposter and I'm not sick. So when you think about the word imposter, there's this underlying message that is referring to someone not only who is lying in some way, but they're sick in some way. You are not sick, sis. You're not sick. Those people who are trying to oppress you, those people who are trying to demean you so that they can feel better about their own insecurities, they are sick. You are not sick. Now, the job might be making you sick. I'm not going to lie about that. The job might be making you sick, just like it made me sick. I was having physical and psychological symptoms. My hope, sis, is that you're listening to this video, you're self-reflecting about what I'm talking about in terms of my reflections and my noting of what Alicia Renese talked about, and I'm tweaking it in terms of Black women in toxic jobs. I invite you to think about, to self-reflect on all these questions, all these mic drop moments that I just talked about. And I want you to check out Alicia Renese's video. I want you to check that out because you might have some other reflections. These are just my reflections. You might have other reflections. So check out that video again. It is not imposter syndrome. It is oppression. Think about those self-reflection questions. If you are, you like, I don't even need to self-reflect. I've already realized this is not the place for me. It's harming me. This place is making me sick. If that is you and you want to get out, I can help you get out. But you gotta be open to receive this. And again, the offering right now is getting into the Get Your Money Right and Leave That Toxic Job. It's a financial masterclass for Black women. It's in collaboration with me and Dr. Roche Brown, who is a financial psychologist who also helped me get out of that toxic job. And I'm gonna do another video about, she helped me so well that I'm far surpassing anything that I made at that job, anything even close, far surpassing it. I'll talk to you about that later about that, okay? So again, get that masterclass, get the masterclass, okay? Click on the link, you'll get registered, and you need to register as soon as possible because what happened with the other masterclass that we did, it was sold out. So I don't want you to miss it. It's going to be January 3rd and 4th. And as I've said before, just for security considerations, I know how messy some of these toxic jobs are. The format will be Zoom webinar. No one will see you on camera. It'll be only me and Dr. Roche. So Dr. Roche is going to be talking about the financial part in terms of you will actually leave. Once you leave that masterclass, you will have a financial plan in place based upon when you want to leave. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of other stuff, but what I've noticed is that that's the key thing that keeps many of us stuck in toxic jobs is the finances. And I'm going to talk about those fears. I'm going to talk about what those fears are because we have to confront them. I know because I had to confront all these myself. Okay. So I wouldn't be here if I didn't confront these fears. So I'm going to talk to you about what those fears are, how to confront them, so you're able to receive the information Dr. Roche Brown is sharing with you so you can have your financial plan, get that together, and talk about what to do about your healthcare benefits, your retirement, how to replace your income, how to create a side hustle or business if you want to, so many other things, okay? And this is something we are providing to you again. We are two Black licensed clinical psychologists, so we're coming with that perspective. And then you have the added bonus that Dr. Roche Brown is a financial psychologist who, again, like I said, she helped me get out so I could resign and do so much better financially. Okay. And then I'm a toxic job survivor. So I know what it's like. I know what it's like every day to dread going to work, to experience that Sunday night dread. You cannot, it's like almost intolerable. The thought that you have to go right back into that snake pit. Okay. So I'm going to help you get out. You got to be open. You got to receive the information. I invite you to self reflect on what I talked about today. I invite you to register for the masterclass. So, again, click on the link so you can get your ticket. You need to register before it gets sold out. And I also am asking you to like this video, okay? Because it shares, it lets YouTube know to suggest this video to other Black women. And if you listen to my message, you've heard me say before, and I'm going to say it again and again and again, that my message is to help as many Black women as I can to leave and heal from toxic jobs. I'm ushering in a movement, and I'm inviting you to come with me. And I'm also asking, as we are ushering in this movement, that you share this video with at least two other Black women, because you are helping to liberate them too. So share this video with at least two other Black women. Okay, so I'll see you later, and check out that video from Alicia Renese. Okay, shout out Alicia Renese. That was excellent. Okay, so I'll give you more self-reflections to the video, but I need to go on to the rest of my day. I'm doing testing today and other stuff. So, seeing clients. So I'll sign off, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.